Hello and welcome to another video tutorial in the Let's Play series. This one is for the game Cartographers. In this game, you are a map maker charting the unknown worlds of some distant land. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this can't be any fun. Well, I'm here to tell you you're wrong, because this game is one of my favorites that we have brought to the global Let's Play live streams. This game offers so much strategy as well as replayability with its variable scoring, which we'll get to soon enough. So without further ado, let's learn how to play the game Cartographers. As always, I'd like to begin with the pre-game setup. These are the things you're going to need before we play on the stream so that you're all set and ready. One, you're going to need a printout of the board, and you can find a link to that down in the description down below. Additionally, you need something to write with. Colored pencils are a great addition for this. It really makes your map pop with all of those wonderful colors, and when it's all done, it looks so great. That's all you're going to need for setup. So let's hop over to the computer and learn how to play the game Cartographers. Alright guys, I have my printout and some colored pencils, so I am set. We've got the board laid out the way it is going to be on our live stream. Now we have to make sense of it all. Alright, several things going on here on the starting setup. We have 4 Edict cards. Those are sort of what the game wants you to sort of construct. They're just under the A, B, C, and D. And then we have a season cards. And then we have an area for explore cards, which we'll get to later. Let's first look at a season card. The spring card has a number 8 on it. That is in relation to how long this season is going to play out, because each explore card has a matching symbol with a timer on it with a number that ranges 0 to 2. I'm going to keep flipping out cards, and we're going to keep placing the shapes down below until we reach the end of the season, which is 8. Now, I mentioned the shapes below and placing them. Here we have 2 bits of information. Above the line shows you the type of terrain we get to choose from. Sometimes there's more than one. In this case, there is just the forest. And then below that, there are 2 different shapes that we can choose from. One has a coin, one doesn't. We'll get into that coin in a little bit, but first off, we have the 2 shapes. Let's look at these placement rules. 1, the chosen shape cannot overlap with any of the filled in spaces or the edge of the map. You can't go off the map. You can't use the mountain spaces or the wasteland space that are already pre-filled. The chosen shape does not have to be drawn adjacent to any previously drawn shape, so you can feel free to place it anywhere around your board. The chosen shape can be rotated or flipped if needed. And also, after drawing the chosen shape, a player fills the shape with the chosen terrain type. If a player cannot legally draw any of the available shapes, they must instead draw a 1x1 square anywhere on their map and fill it with the chosen terrain type that's depicted on the card. If there are multiple, you can choose between them. So that's our placement rules. Now let's go back to that season card, because we have to look at one other bit here. On the bottom, it tells you which scoring is going to happen, which of those Edict cards are going to be activated at the end of this round. So in this case, it is A and B. So let's take a look at these 2. As we're playing, we're working towards these goals. These are how we score points in the game. So in this round, A, Mage's Valley, says we're going to earn 2 reputation stars for each water space that is adjacent to a mountain. And we're going to also earn 1 reputation star for each farm space that is adjacent to a mountain space. So if you look at the picture, it shows this. One of the big rules to know in this game is diagonals don't count for anything. So you're just looking left, right, top, bottom. So look at the example, the mountain's in the center, and above it is a water space, so you get 2 points. Next to it, going to the left, is water, so you get 2 points. Below it is a farmland, you get 1 point. Next to it, going to the right, is a farmland, so you get 1 point. Notice the other farmland that's diagonally, you're getting nothing, and the water that's diagonally to the southwest is not earning any points. Edict B earns us 3 reputation stars for each completed diagonal line or filled space that touches the left and the bottom edge of the map. So it's going to get progressively harder as you sort of move over and over and over. Now there are 4 seasons in the year, and as the year progresses, you'll see that time value gets a little smaller and smaller. When we move to summer, we're going to score B and C, and we play till 8 value of time comes out. Then fall is 7 value of time, and winter is a 6 value. So those rounds get a little faster, a little tighter as your board gets more and more restricted. Important to note that these edict cards that we've laid out are randomized both in order and type. Each category that you see here, the water and the land, sort of the shape card that's B, and then something to do with woods and something to do with cities. Those are the 4 categories. Each category has 4 types of cards in it. So every time we play the game, the order is going to be different and the type is going to be different. So that is really awesome and makes this game just so fun to come back to every time. All right, guys, this is how it's going to be laid out for our live stream. One thing to know before we get started is about those coins. You can get coins 2 ways. One, if the card has it printed next to a shape and you choose that shape, you get to fill in one of these coins. And the other way to get coins is if you surround a mountain square. But again, you don't have to cover the diagonals. So here's the example. So if we cover the 4 adjacent spaces to the mountain, you get to fill in another coin. Coins are a bit of compound interest because you score however many you've collected for the entire game every round. So if I score 2 in the first round, and then in the next season get 1 more, so I'm at a total of 3. In the next round, I will score 3. So again, each round you're going to just see how many coins you've earned and get that value. All right, let's see what the first Explore card is in spring season for our example play. It is the Great River. It's a value of 1 in terms of time, so we have 7 more to go. I have 2 choices of shape. Here, I am going to choose the straight one with the coin because I kind of dig those coins. I'm going to place it right here towards the edge because I'm going to work on that diagonal example that we learned about. So I'm going to put little wavy lines here for our water. That was nice because it also covered a corner of the mountain. All right, let's look at the next card. The next card is Hinterland Stream. It is a 2 value in time, and I have a choice between farmland or water, which are both good for the scoring round. I am going to choose that water, I believe. I'm going to see if I can tuck it around here. All right, let's see the next card to come up. The next one is a ruins card. These ruins cards associate with these ruins that are printed on the board. When this comes up, whatever the next card is, we have to place touching a ruin. So in this case, we have the homestead. We can build more houses or we can build the farmland. Now, I didn't really talk about the fact that we have these other seasons coming up with these other, BC scoring, then CD scoring, then DA scoring. So one of the things you want to think about is playing towards future goals. So maybe I want to play these houses because of that great city D scoring, which we didn't really look at in this example. But I want you to keep in mind the strategy of playing towards future rounds and also the strategy of that A is going to come up again at the end. So playing towards that might really take advantage of the score total depending on the layout of the game. All right, I have to touch a ruin, so I'm going to put farmland here because 2 of them border this mountain, and that's going to be really good scoring for us. All right, the next card to come up is a 2 value. It is the Treetop Village. That puts us at 7 in terms of time value, which means we might have 1, maybe even 2 cards still left because, again, the cards range from 0 to 2. All right, we're going to place the treetops and the house. Again, thinking about playing towards some of those other goals might be helpful here. All right, I am going to put my houses here. I will fully admit it's a lot cooler when you draw the shapes, but I'm doing it A little quick here for the video tutorial. Because I filled in the 4 sides around this mountain, I get to fill in a coin. Just before scoring, that's not a bad call. Here we go. The next one is a 2, so we are definitely over that season amount. We get to play either forests or the water. I am going to choose water due to the scoring of this round. I can place a T somewhere. I get to place a T somewhere. I'm going to put it right here. And that is going to take us to the scoring round. So looking at a scoring round, here's what we have to look at. In the spring, it is A and B. I've already brought up here, which I'll do on the live stream, the scoring cards so that we know what edicts we were working towards. Here, A, we got those 2 points for the water, 1 point for the adjacent farmlands to mountains, and then we have that broken road, which I have to admit I sort of didn't play to, so that's unfortunate for me. And what we're going to do is count up our value for the A and put it in the A box, count up our value for the B, put it in the B box, then put our coin scoring in the coin box, and then we got this sort of monsters, which we'll get to in the next round of this tutorial. And monsters are negative points. We kind of take the sum total and put it in the box next to it. Showing you my score, I got 12 for the A because I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 was how I got there. And then I got 1 coin, so a grand total of 13 points for the first round. And now we move to Season of Summer. It is an 8-timed round, and we're going to score B and C. Now let's take a look at B and C. B, again, is that diagonal, that broken road, so maybe I should work towards that. And then C is this idea of earning 1 reputation point for each forest that is adjacent to the edge of the map. So really getting those forests out there. And again, these are things we would have gone over all at the beginning for you so that each round you're sort of working towards some of those future goals, like I said. All right, we would begin the next season by flipping out an Explore card. In this case, it is our first ambush card. This is a unique twist in this game. Here on our online version, how it happens is we are going to have to place these bad guys and following some particular rules. First thing we have to do when we look at an ambush card is look at the top right corner of it. It's going to tell us which corner of the map we're going to start in. And in this case, it is the top right corner. The next thing we're going to look at is this sort of direction that this thing's rotating. So in the top right corner, it wants us to sort of look at columns. Where can we fit this in? And the rule is we have to fit it in the first place, just going down those columns. And in this case, we're going to place that shape. And so right away, we're able to fit it right there. But let's take a look at another card. This one is asking us to start in the lower right-hand corner. Because of the rotation of the arrow, it's asking us to look at rows. And let's pretend that we had some of these rows filled in. So I'm going to pretend I have some forests. So if we were to start in the lower right-hand corner and just look at the first whole row, I couldn't fit that shape in. The first available box is the last one on the left, but the pieces would go off the board. So I have to go up a row, just kind of like a typewriter. I'd go back to the right-hand side now in the second spot, moving over, moving over, moving over, until we could fit this shape, and that's where they go. These guys are nasty little fellows. We score a negative point for each adjacent space that is not covered by some of the other pieces that we get throughout the game. Important rule, you don't get double negatives. So in the cases where 2 bad guys touch the same square, it doesn't count as 2 negative points, just 1 negative point. The game would progress on, keep laying out and placing cards, and we'd finish the summer round, and then we'd finish the fall round, until we eventually finish the winter round. Again, totaling all those scores, you total your first round, your second round, your third round, and your fourth round, and get a grand total. Remembering that those ambush cards, if we didn't cover them up, those are going to be negative points every round that we don't cover those adjacent spots, non-diagonal spots up. The game also shows a little rank chart. I absolutely love this. You know me with gamification. So at the end of our live stream, if you want to figure out what your title would be based on your play of Cartographers, I'd love for you to put that in the comments below. If you played it after the stream, I'd love you to put it in the chat box if you are playing it live on the stream with us. So that's it, guys. That's how you play Cartographers. It is a great game and one that I think you're going to find really interesting to play together. I hope you join in the fun with all of us, and remember that you can check out these games as well as other ones at our global Let's Play community, and you can find that link at tinyurl.com/global let's play. That's also down in the description. If you haven't done so already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We're all about finding the joy in the journey, both in and out of the classroom. That's all I got for you guys. Peace.